same shot.
Get over.
Bite 10.5.
Bite 10.5.
Yep, yep. I was
Sir
much
Biddy.
farther back than her, though. I mean, I hammered it. Because if I'm going to bail out to that teardrop thing, or that little peninsula, I'm bailing out. I mean, I'm going to hit the very front of it. I'm not going halfway down there.
Yeah.
So it's usually, I'm usually about 310 away when I lay up here.
Yeah,
like-
you can actually. I think you can lay down at the lay up down at the bottom right there.
I think CJ uses
I've
that.
seen people do that.
Yeah.
I don't like it because I think it offsets you.
Yeah, the only reason I don't like it is because there's only like a 20-yard window.
All right, guys. Well, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to call it.
Bye, everyone. It was nice talking to you, and we'll see you.
Has anybody not started the fifth course? We're about to. You're about to. That's not what I'm asking. Anybody not started the fifth course? You got to sign to the machine right now. There wasn't the move. You're not wrong. Anybody else not started the fifth course? Paige, can I see you, please?
This dip switch set, bottom one is an operator. Bottom one is the operator? Yep. All right, you got to shut it right back off too, because it won't let you exit this menu at the top. 25 seconds? This vendor's an asshole. Yes. It was on 30 seconds? Yeah, people were losing strokes while I was commentating. See, look at it. It says it's not shut, but it is. Yeah. And then when you flip it back, that's a new secret. Brad Litz, rest in peace, showed me that. That's fucking awesome, Al. That's awesome. It's so much easier. So if you ever go to a bar that they leave the deck open and it's a shitty vendor, no, you go. What you do is you don't do it. The 3 sets of dip switches. Yeah, it's SW202. You just forward and the lowest one. It's in the IT and the dip switch pictures. It's there too. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it wasn't the best. It's not very good. But if I win the guess,
Bill Williams. Machine 11, please. That's on the same page. Draw.
And then because it went that short, I got not a very good position. I didn't have one. All right, we got one final round. Let's complicate the shit out of this, folks.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. We had a small blip in internet connection. We're back up and running again. You're looking at the final course. We just finished over at ours. I'm a disappointed 134 right now. I got to think it makes the cut, though, even though my initial impression of this cut line was going to be 137. But the problem that we had is nothing was there. Monty was 31 par, which means one wasn't there, but everything else was. Baja was only a 28 par. Keg shot a 2 better to win that course, and Forrest was only a 28 or a 29 par when we could get. It was a 28, I believe. So it was the lowest possible scoring outputs of this, which makes this gets the cut line. As much as we have great theories behind it, you can't ever tell. Pine Creek, 1, not drivable unless you switch to arrows or streaks, and 18 was absolutely not drivable no matter what ball you play. So the par on that course is now 27 at best. So we had grandiose visions of this being the largest cut line ever because of the number of people, but the courses didn't set up for that the way it is. So right now we're watching the last group to play on Stream Machine 2. What we're going to try to do, though, is when they're done, I'm sure we have a couple groups that haven't started, so maybe we can funnel somebody else in and get some stream magic going. I did just turn off the timer on the other Stream Machine, so we will not see any more delay of game penalties. So that's all set. Otherwise, what's everybody seeing so far that they want to talk about? Something interesting that's happened during a match play and see how they are. And now I wait. Oh, Kelly. Chad, I finished at a disappointing 134. The debacle I put together on Forest, I don't think I've shot a 24 on that course since that course has been out. I don't remember the last time I did that, especially sober. That's a challenging thing to do, and it was just a bunch of stupid little misses all over the place. So, but I was at 80 through 3, which would have put me 2 below. Daniel, I really haven't gotten a chance to look. We can't really tell yet because we have no idea. They've got 3 courses in the books. Yeah, he showed up for this. I'm happy to see him too. No, that's a stupid club to have in your bag. What are you doing with the chipping wedge? What's up?
How you doing?
We're gonna get a new. We are going to have. It will be on Steve, but remember that they have to finish the round to see the leaderboard update, and you're going to have to do it almost manually because you're going to see the individual course rounds up there. And who we got here?
Adam.
Perfect. Adam, what do you play as?
Don Reddy.
Oh, okay, we got Don Reddy. So are you local? Where are you from?
Yes, I live about 6 miles from here.
All right, so Don, did you finish your courses already?
I did.
And how did you do? Was this your first event?
This was my first event. Tropical kicked my butt.
Really? Otherwise, though, you felt pretty good?
Yeah, the nerves got me on Baja. I lost 4 strokes.
Putting, right?
No, it was overhitting balls.
Okay, you're going to find that too, and what you're finding here at these tournaments, as much as we got all this gross hand oil, people touching balls, touching their balls, everything's a little dirtier here. But for some reason, Russ keeps these track balls running really strong.
You know,
they're really, you can hit them really far.
Compared to the machines I play on every week, these balls were phenomenal.
And it just doesn't make sense to me. But here's the thing. So when I play on my home edition at home, my hands, I want that ball to be really dry. No oils on it at all. But not having anyone else to put their oil on my ball, it'll end up getting gravelly.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't affect my play much. It's still different, and I mean, you got to find that happy medium with where you play.
So the one I got at the bar, I mean, I kind of run that one where I keep people from eating and playing on the ball. Pretty much, you order food, you sit out this round.
Gotcha.
But playing here, it was kind of one where, something like on Zabale's, what is it, the one where you're trying to turbo spin and get way down there and hit a 400 and something yard drive. I wasn't worried about my A1 not getting there.
Yeah.
I knew, and I got that one 157 and easily got down there.
It's so different, too, because at a tournament, part of the problems when you play late night and start gambling after this is over, we're not going to have as much of that tonight because we're actually playing match play tonight. But you'll notice, man, Sunday night when we're gambling, you're going to feel those, and they feel so slick and greased up. And then you go playing it like it's slick and greased up, and you knock it straight past. You knock everything over.
Yep.
And hey, nerves will get you. Typically, I tell anybody that I bring to an event for the first time, dude, expect yourself to miss 2 putts that you would never miss per course.
So it wasn't until Forest I missed just a stupid easy putt. And the thing was, it was kind of just the game changer. I missed the stupid easy putt. And after I missed it, I was like, all right, kind of like laughed it off, took a drink, and walked back. And I was like, all right, we're just playing Golden Tee. It's not a big deal. Like, everyone's
you have
done
that
this.
ability. You have that way to do that being new because you don't. I mean, me, when I mess something up, I have to press because now if I don't make the cut, I'm going to get laughed at. I'm going to be.
See, I'm over here trying to be the first copper bracket champion. That'll be something.
Okay, so we played now. I've seen Decker play quite a bit. He's fine. I watched a little bit of Stenmark's, but I was too busy blowing up on my own games here. Chance to see Mark or Decker play. And I've played with Marcus so much in my life. God, I love the kid. I don't mind playing matches with him. He's not the guy that scares me, even though he's so gosh darn consistent. I'm more scared of playing like a Haas because.
So I was qualifying next to Haas, and I was qualifying with GVK.
Okay.
And,
GVK can be a special. He can be phenomenal, or he can be horrible.
I would watch out for GVK this weekend.
Yeah, well, you'll see. He's going to have a night out here coming up with very little sleep, and you're going to see him maybe not be very good.
GVK's got to be qualifying main bracket. He's probably.
Oh no, I know he'll qualify main.
He's maybe 1 or 2 off par.
Okay, well, 1 or 2 off par.
Through 5.
Setups were not bad. The setups were not bad at all. So he was probably 145. No, he told me he's at 142.
So yeah,
and
he
Luna's
was
at 150.
So
that's an impressive. I think that might be the top score we've seen. There might have been a 151 at the Volcanoes Dallas one year, but I don't know. That 150 is for recent Golden Tee play. 150 is definitely up there.
So I do know on Tropical, I think it was, he shot a 31 and he missed a down 2 putt.
Who did, Luna?
No, GVK.
Yeah, Tropical's par. If you get the chush on one,
he did.
If you get the chush on one, it was a 31 setup, and it was very easy 31 setup playing stouts. So
he shot a 31. I can't remember which one he holed out, and he missed a down 2 putt on. Oh, it was early. He missed it early. But Zeballos was.
Monty was pretty caked too.
Yeah.
I lost 2 strokes on an easy shot. I gotta say, man, I might have to just not thumb. We'll have to see what goes from here.
I am an average Golden Tee player, and I went into 17 clean, and I overcut 17 and clicked it, and somehow it took a bad hop and went wet.
Okay, so you overcut it, but you got it around the rock or no?
No, I clipped the rock, and
it still managed wet. Normally, when you clip that rock,
it bounced left, and then it bounced right into the water. I was like, after I clipped the rock, and I was like, all right, I'm only losing 1. I can still shoot at 30, and then it went wet, and I was.
See, Eugene, this is a tough one because, okay, so after, let's say, the top 15 or so players in the world, the next group of 60 players is basically coin flippage. You coin flip. So if they're all here, well, then there's going to be people. So if we're looking at top players, I think right now I'm probably the toppest player in jeopardy of missing the cut. Putz is probably on jeopardy of it, too, after what he did on Tropical.
I think the difference between main bracket and pink bracket is going to be maybe 12 12 to 15
main
strokes.
and purple. Well, okay, so
I'm saying main and pink.
yeah, and it gets a little bit skewed because the purple is now a 64-man bracket.
Yeah.
So, okay, when you get down to now that means that we're at 96 players. It's going to be the purple bracket cut line is going to be pretty down low. It's not going to be anywhere close because it's 64 players. If
Yeah.
there's 2 32-man brackets, I would guess the difference would only be 3 or 4 strokes.
Yeah, so I'm going to say it's probably 10 between being a main bracket player and a pink bracket player.
Correct.
Now, you could see a huge drop-off before copper, but
I bet pink and copper are, well, that's tough. It's a tough one. But we do have, we have 204 players. I believe it might have been 202, but I thought 204 was the number. 202.
well, it was 202 is what he called, but I think didn't 3 more register after the Calcutta had started?
Yeah, it's a big one. So, and really, guys, it's not so much. Okay, so the top players are going to shoot the 30s, the 31s, the 1 betters, the 2 betters more often. But the people that are purple bracket, gold bracket bouncers have the ability to shoot a clean round. And
Yeah.
apparently I don't right now. So, my biggest problem is Forrest going off the rails at 24. But I look at it, though, that's actually only 4 strokes off par there.
Yeah.
I was 1 off a par on Baja, which was embarrassing because I parred hole 2. How do you par hole 2? That's bad. Parring hole 2 on Baja was bad. I hit roll instead of bite and went over the edge. Then Forrest at 24, that was a killer, but I shot 28, 26, 29. I got to think I'm in.
You know, just walking around the bar, I can't tell you, on Baja, I can't tell you how many times somebody said, I missed a putt on 17.
Oh gosh. Well, most people were okay. So that hole was a problem set up for stout players that don't know how to cut the ball.
Yeah,
because
if you tried to thumb it,
it was
you
going
had to
to
hit
check
it
back
perfect.
straight right, and you were going to have a right 9 up 3 putt from there.
Yes.
If you can cut the ball with a 6 wood, let's say, cut it with a 6 wood, hit it solid, hit to the left of the hole, it will then check up back towards the hole, and that straight uphill putt is nothing. But that right 9,
It was
right 9
up 5 right 9.
Yeah.
Not saying anything out of experience or anything here, but it's definitely an up 5 right 9.
Yeah, well, it all depends on how far you checked it back and how soft you hit it, because it could be, it could be a right 9 with only a slightly up if you're dead on the same plane with it. But once again,
I was about
that
45 feet.
That putt at 45, and with the way the putting changed, that there's no real turbo putting, those ones are all going to be, you're just got to hit them out all the way full, and it's going to barely get to the hole. So it's a tough putt on that hole.
So the one they're playing here right now, this was one that somehow with qualifying with GBK, I don't know how it happened, but I accidentally had the tee box right here. And I was looking at this one and looking back like, what do I hit here? You got to go around the right side, bring it back left. I took a 5 hybrid low.
Okay.
I know you're a 5 iron player. I took a 5 hybrid.
I hit a 4 iron on this.
You took a 4. Okay, so
Yeah,
I took a 5 hybrid. Tried to cut it back around.
Did you catch a branch short?
No, I was okay. I had a chip and just missed the chip. And honestly, I walked away happy with a birdie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's. Oh, I forget this is a par 4. See, the 4 iron for me is absolutely perfect because even when I overcut it at the speed that I'm going at the pin, especially when it's this front, it won't ever hit that last tree. I'd have to miserably overcut this to be in a very bad spot where they're at, that right 8 chip is not good.
So I left myself a spot right around right here.
Okay.
I was a little bit back, and I kind of do something 5 hybrid where I draw back 2 clicks and hit it straight.
Yep.
And I burn the pin.
So this one for me, if I was here, I would go with like a 5 iron and just chush this. Just tap down on the ball once, get it in.
So I took a 5 hybrid, 2 clicks, just draw it straight back 2 clicks, push it straight like you're putting it. Usually works for me. This time I just burned the pin. Not really. There's a little hidden break in there or something. I don't really know. The risk of that one is some of the times my pullback will read literally exact middle between, like on the back it'll read exactly diagonal backwards, where it said, hey, you pulled this one back to C. You had 2 clicks, one was straight back, one was C, so we gave you a dead middle.
Yep, and that's one of the things with the pullback dead straight. It's something that if I would have had these shot meters when I was starting out playing, I would have developed the muscle memory for the straight pullbacks. But it's one of my problems with my chips. I have a little hook on all my chips. Now I've played it over the years and I've gotten quite good with it, but it's still there. It's still there, and I'd rather be hitting straight shots.
So I'm under 3,000 rounds. I'm looking for every trick in the book.
Yeah, and really the trick you're going to find is play more, get better.
Yep.
There's not really much. I mean, your weaknesses are probably you're not as strong of a chipper as some.
I was overcutting everything today. Usually I undercut, but today I was overcutting everything.
And then your putting probably isn't as consistent as some of us up top.
You know, it isn't as consistent, but at the same time, I look at a 70-foot putt, and I'm like, I have these all the time.
Yeah, no, see, I don't think I missed a single putt today. I think I made every putt I took, it's kind of special for me because I normally will get beat up a little bit, but I'm not. We're staying sober. We got some matches to play here shortly. So, what was your final number, Sean?
My final number, 100 and something. I know the 27 on Zabale is really going to help. The 16 on Tropical is gonna hurt me.
And that's what we were talking about.
I think I was
earlier.
a 20 on Pine. It came down to after the Tropical round. I got to Pine. I didn't even look at numbers. I was just I'm just playing some Golden Tee.
Yep.
I'm qualifying with GVK. Maybe I'm going to pick up a shot or two here and there. So literally what it came down to it.
You're staying late tomorrow night, I hope.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Even though you're close by. Locals got to stay out. We got to get some games.
We'll stay out. You know, the Bears-Packers game is going to be it's going to be a little sidetrack for me tomorrow.
What are you, Bears?
I'm a Bears fan. I'm a diehard Bears fan.
Well, I'm a Chicagoan born and raised. Notice the Sox hat. Giddy up.
There's a Chicago Cubs debit card in my wallet.
See, now I actually, Golden Tee players from Chicago area made me despise the Cubs, even though I've probably been to a good 300 Cubs games, 300 Sox games. But Luda Lynx is asking, what handicap should someone have to play in these tournaments?
Any of them.
My perception of this would be your handicap needs to be that you drink too much, enjoy playing a freaking video game, and you like to meet new cool guys.
If you have a handicap, you've played enough rounds of Golden Tee to come to a tournament.
It is, and Luda. What you're going to have to do though is, well, a lot of the times I come to these and I'm looking at this as maybe a job that I want to make some money before I go home. When some of these tournaments I come and I go, okay, this is $1,000 entertainment expense to make this trip.
Yeah,
and it's a question, and I tell you what, I have not met. I've heard one person out of the thousands of players that I've talked to, whether it be through live stream, that said that coming to a tournament did not, A, help their game out, B, realize how close-knit of a family this is. I know that we say that a lot, but Andy, our producer over here, he's done a lot of other e-sport type games, and it is a different atmosphere than pretty much anything else.
You know, first tournament right here, I've had an absolute blast.
Yep. And we haven't even gotten into the fun yet. Everybody's a little bit on eggshells this weekend because we got to play matches tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point in time on a Saturday, if at a typical tournament, I'd be close to blacking out. So I'd be blackout drunk somewhere playing Golden Tee and running around the bar with my clothes off. If that's interesting, Luda, that's good. You're welcome to come and get some of that.
You know, I will tell you, I said before this tournament that I was not going to have my first drink until after I'd played 3 qualifying matches. And then I walked in the door today and said I need a drink to stop my hand from shaking because I've been here till 2 a.m. the last 2 nights.
I got in yesterday and I played the handicap and left right away because I've been hurting. Today I'm not. Hey, the drugs that I had to take have got me pretty much done for. Now on this hole, okay, the right play on this setup is what Putz just did to put it deep down the fairway because now I'm attacking this hole from 185 yards rather than 270. There's a really easy way to do this.
So I took a 10-5 and I absolutely hammered it though.
Did you make it through? Did you go into the rough?
I went into the rough.
But you still had a clear line at the hole.
I still had a clear line at the hole. I thought I got lucky to not be tucked behind a tree. I was playing with Carl Freeberg and GVK.
Okay.
One of them took a 3-wood, one of them took a 4-wood. C3'd, hooked it around. Everyone had a clear shot. Yep. We all eagled this hole.
Yes, and I mean, if you look, you hit an 180-yard club coming in with wind in your face, almost straight on. The people that are laying the ball up there are hitting a 3-wood or a 10.5 driver that they have to cut to fight the wind. When this shot, even though he didn't even hit it far, he could have easily put that a lot farther up. Would you rather have this shot or the shot that you had? Me, it's a no-brainer.
So this, you're trying to fight what is the wind? What is the green gonna break back left?
Yep, and I mean, do I need to get up and play? Do I need to get up and, I mean, do I hit a 3-wood here? Do I have to hit the 10.5 with a cut? Is it going to clip the trees on the left-hand side? There's just way too much stuff to deal with.
And I'll tell you, I was hitting this out of the rough, and I took a 5-wood, bit it, and I think I hit push, and there we go. He's in the sand.
Yeah, and that's not a good thing. That's a really bad sand trap. I actually was on my stream, and recently someone bet me that I couldn't break 20 under with playing a 3-club game where I only played 3 clubs, and I was actually clean going into this hole, but since one of my 3 clubs were 5 iron for my low club, I had a 9-wood I had a 5-wood and a 10.5 driver. The problem is, if I didn't stick this green and from that bunker, I couldn't get up.
So I mean, right there, if you're tucked so much, I don't even think a gap wedge gets up.
No, it doesn't. You actually can, if you go parallel with the wall that you're on and then hit a full A or a full C and hit it straight, you can get it up, but then you can be stuck at distances though that you can't control.
Yeah. So if you're right here, now he's not in a bad enough spot. The gap wedge is going to get up here. He might look at a lob wedge if Kevin's got one, but
yeah, but okay, so this one here, you're going to go aim at the part that's the furthest away there. You're going to hit a full A and just flip it up with backspin, right? Backspin will make this get up quicker. So it's a full A. Yeah, you got to go.
He didn't do it, and now
you got to full swing it because you're going to then get the same height.
Wedge.
But the cut will calm that ball down.
He doesn't have a lob wedge.
Nope,
there we go.
He got
finally.
And if he would have, after seeing that, he was actually closer to the wall in the second shot than he was the first, and he got up no problem. Now, after this game, guys, we are going to take a break. We're going to get a little hiatus here, maybe get some food, get these producers back here something to drink. And in about an hour, we're going to start match play back up while they're getting the score set up. So we're going to have match play. You're going to get 2 rounds of everything. Tonight, every player is going to play 2 matches, so we're going to lose a quarter of the competitors for the main event this weekend, but we have the Top Gun, Little Gun contest starting tomorrow. Now, how were you looked at this hole? How bad did you think what did you do here? Did you stick it?
I took an 8-wood, or sorry, 8 iron. Didn't even tee it.
Okay, good.
Cut it around.
Bite spin?
Yeah.
And almost canned it, didn't you?
Sure did. This is one of the easiest looks I've seen.
And everyone else that I saw pulling high tees on it, we're hitting this first tree that we don't even see right now. You hit the right shot. You understood the assignment, Sean. I'm very proud of you, sir.
So it was, it was just.
Hey, Chris.
8 iron, spun it.
Yep, and you want bite spin here because no matter what, you're going to have this ball. He's going to go the other way. No,
I'm pretty sure
if he doesn't do this cut, he's doing it wrong. Going around the right, you're hanging the ball over trees and over obstacles way too long. This way, even if I clip a tree, I'm going to have a shot in to save my par.
Yep.
And you're going to, if you backspin this tee shot, it will actually make that right 4 play more like a right 8, and it will snap right off. The bite spin, it will snap that way a little bit, but it won't have enough juice to snap through the fringe and get into the water. So it's the right shot. You hit the perfect shot. That's what you need to do. Chris Albert, thanks for checking in. So we're tentatively looking at about 8 p.m. Central that we're going to get match play going. Guys, I got to give credit to everyone involved with this. First, I'm gonna give Shane Marks a whole big
he has got
big shout out for this, guys. Okay, one of the problems we have when we go to new locations at these is that the bars and the locations don't really know what to expect. I know all these people that, we run pool tournaments. Guess what? A pool tournament, their average player is spending $30 at the bar. I'm spending $150 a day, even when I'm sober. You know, like it's not. You're not, and that's actually tamed. That's a mouth being tamed.
And then Paul he tried to cut it around the right, and then nine didn't get back.
I think he was only thinking he could ace it, and I don't think that shot was the wrong shot.
He clipped a tree, but he's still going to be in position to get the par.
Yep.
He's still going to be in position to get the par.
If he's got a sandwich, that's actually looking like right about 60 yards. He might snap this in. The key here, though, is you can't move it too far left because I want to be able to pull this back almost dead straight and then aim just around the outside of this tree.
If you bring it back left, when you try to cut it back around, you're clipping the first tree.
Yes. But
that's why I didn't move the tee, was because I knew if I move it left, the thought is move it left.
Real quick, can you guys shrink the camera view just enough that we can see? I need it in like 2 millimeters so that I can actually see what tee height
Kevin, good ball.
Right now, we can't see the tee height. So when the menu pops up, it is completely covered by the overhead cam. Well, Sky Monkey, that sounds like you're screwing up by not coming and being that second player. And then he just hit it. Oh no, he laid off of it.
I thought Kevin hit a fantastic ball. It just checked back down.
But this is where you got to learn that pulling straight back and throwing it out is still a cut shot.
Yeah.
It's just if you take your forward line and move that back to 2, then that amount of cut that you had that you were straight, you can rotate it. And you'll see that, okay, it's going to cut this much. It's one of the harder shots to get used to. And then 18 is no way you're driving 18. It's not there.
It's not there.
There's huge wind in your face, and it's at 360 right at the top of the green. It's a really bad setup.
I think is it a 15 in the face you've got on this one?
15 or 16, something like that. It was crazy. So par on this course was probably, if you played streaks or arrows, you could have gotten hole 1, which makes it a 28. But I really think this was a 27 setup for most of the players because most of the players are not comfortable enough. Not comfortable enough switching balls during the middle of a round.
I switched club sets just for this one, just because I like a 9.5 driver on this one.
Okay, and the 9.5 driver is actually, I did the same thing.
And I usually play an 8.5, 10.5. This one I wanted the 9.5, 10.5.
Absolutely.
This is the only one.
Forest, you want to get rid of your 8.5 too.
Yeah,
it's unnecessary, and it's really the only reason why you're doing the 8.5 gone on Forest. It doesn't change any of the shots. You don't have an easier shot with the 8.5. The problem is, if I have an 8.5, that club is almost unusable on hole 18.
You want to know something? I actually forgot to change my bag before I went to Forest. And out of GVK and Carl, I was the only one that stuck 18, and I did it with an 8.5 low.
You did an 8.5?
No, take that back. Actually, I took a 10.5 low.
10.5 low is going to be the right shot about 95% of the time.
I took a 10.5 low, one hopped it, stuck it on the green.
Yeah.
10.5 low bite.
It was. This is not there. I screwed up the layup here, and I ended up leaving myself 80 yards in. So I had to try to hit a 9-iron at this pin from 8. It was bad. Almost left it short, saved the birdie.
So, yeah, 18 on Forest. I took the 10.5 in.
So that, see, this is weird. He screwed up. No, what are you doing? Why did he do that? Why did you do that?
You got it. Oh, that's it.
That's
not a back. You got a 13 in the face.
That was a brain fart.
You got a 13 in the face. You don't need to backspin a ball.
Wait,
the wind's
Sean, right? Not Adam. Right?
Adam.
Oh, gosh, thank you. Where did I get Sean from? You got to correct me. I make a lot of mistakes, and I don't want to keep making them. Yeah, you are killing the commentary. So you get to play. Who do you play with most out here?
Bobby Boucher.
Okay. And my God. All right, so Bobby had a little bout with some medical stuff. He seems to be doing a lot better now.
Yep, he qualified on the par 3.
Yeah, and actually, I saw him recently at the event that they did in Houston for Tickets.
Yeah.
Dude,
you knocked him out of it.
Yeah, but his game impressed the shit out of me. I honestly looked at that like there's only 2 people in this room that I don't feel like I have a bye against when I'm playing, and that was CJ. And really, I think when I play CJ, I feel like that's a bye for me too. But he's climbing up and getting more.
So that vector room actually, he was tied with Luna going into 17 on Mount Zabais, and he hit what looked like a beautiful ball, and just went ahead and it released it. It landed on the front of the pin and just ran all the way to the water, and Luna took him on that shot.
That's tough too, because then you not only if he was up 1, he's like, okay, I still got a chip that I can.
But
that chip is actually not easy out of that stupid grass up there. All right, so we're back. Okay, so machine 2 streaming is done. So 1 stream machine is finished. That was the one I was on. This is, you got Jamie Arrington. We have Pete Butler, and it's Eric Sewell, I believe, right? But it's great. This is a fun group. Evans, that's right, Evan. God, I knew it wasn't you guys, and I do apologize if I miss your names. They don't have me. They don't have me right now. And actually, Caesar, I'm feeling a little healthier than I have all weekend right now. Really, for most of the time, this pseudo gout thing was killing me. But enough prednisone and painkillers, and I'm okay.
You know, I will tell you that's impressive because we had a beautiful, probably 85 degrees yesterday. And I get up today, and it's a solid 55. I made the mistake of putting a jacket on. Got to my first qualifying match, and I was worried about taking my jacket off because I thought I might elbow 7 people.
Well, we're doing okay, though. Now, the face of pain, hey, you know what? The back thing, it doesn't hurt as much as you guys know when you're taking a dump and you're reading a magazine, right? You got your elbows on your knees, and when you get done reading the magazine, you get up and your legs are dead. That's how my left side of my body has been feeling for about a month now. Prednisone's gotten it a little better, but I don't have the equal strength. Like apparently your dominant hand should be, when you're doing a squeeze test, your dominant hand should be sitting about 130 to 135, and your other one should be about 5 PSI below that. And when I went in and before we're scheduling stuff and getting shots done in my back, the left hand was at 70 and my right hand was at 135. So I was like, why are my
so how's that affecting your thumb shots?
They're all over the place.
Because your right hand just snaps through.
Yeah, and it's just, and then I'll try to get the line right. I'll just make them both soft, and now I'm thumbing where I would be 85 to 90 all the time. I'm hitting 70 to 75. And if you know anything about Golden Tee,
72 thumb, you are in trouble.
If you were to plot your distances based off of the miles per hour you hit on a thumb shot, when you're at about 76 or 77 on up, it is a dead linear plot, meaning that if I up at 1 mile per hour, it ups at 3 yards in distance. When you hit below 75, that number it's a
you
parabola.
kind of go like this.
Yeah.
I don't know where this is going to go. You just put your hands up.
It can go normal or it can go nowhere. So it's tough to do, and those kind of little changes just mean that I probably need to take thumb shots out of the bag, go with all push shots, make my game all right-handed, which it should be anyway, and just work it that way.
You know, what's funny is you say I probably need to take the thumbs out. That was how I calmed the nerves. I kept overhit. I was on Baja, and I kept overhitting, overdrove 9, just overdriving everything. But the thumbs, I guess they weren't too excited or too nervous for the round, so the thumbs were just working fine. So I found myself kind of just clubbing up, hitting thumbs instead of hitting drawback or hitting a push shot because I was overhitting all of those.
Yes, correct. Golden Tee chimed in. So the main event is tonight and tomorrow. We're going to knock out, we got 200 people that have to play match play. So if we do 2 rounds, everybody plays 2 rounds, that number will drop down to 150 left. Yeah. And 150 players to knock those down. I mean, you're looking at, it's going to be a good 5-6 hours of tee tomorrow from, I want to say they're going to start at 10 is my guess for the
11 still the start tomorrow.
Okay. No, pink can't be it. Well, it is only 32 if you line it up with the, no, the pink is 32. Wait, 64 for purple. Main bracket's 32.
Pink is still 64, I believe.
Pink is 64.
And then everybody else is copper.
Okay, so you're going to be 2 64-man brackets. Those will be starting at 11. There's no doubt. They have to start at 11.
Yeah.
Main bracket will start at noon. So the problem that you run into, though, is, okay, so, yeah, you're like, main bracket, I get an hour extra sleep. The problem is, though, if you get that hour extra sleep, you will not have a chance to warm up.
Not a chance.
You almost have
I
to
got
get
here at 10:45 this morning. I played 0 warm-up rounds.
Yeah. I mean, before I played this qualifier, I played the one game in the handicap and one other game. So it took me a little bit of getting used to. Now, all right, guys, you got to math this hole out, right? This hole's very mathable. And this is how you're going to do. You learn that your high T 10.5 driver
goes 350 yards.
It's 350 is a great one to say. If you hit dead straight 180s, it can go about 353. All right, but even way, that 3 yards is almost never a difference between what you get. So play it as a 350. So I look at this hole. I'm 369 away. Ooh, but with Stouts, I got a 5 outwind. So let's say that each mile per hour of outwind adds a yard.
So now you're at 355.
Okay. That pin is at the very back of that green.
Or is there 14 yards between that pin and the water?
Well, we want to know, actually, we want to get even more precise. Do we want to know that, how far is that back to the front? You'll have a 100-foot putt on there. There's a 30-yard difference from the back to the front. Obviously, this is an estimation. So, if I max out a 10.5 driver at this, I'm going to land 355. Well, that's perfect. That's 15 yards short of that. Is it going to carry through? That's where you just throw bite or backspin on it.
Yeah.
This shot cannot be missed if you do the math. Even if you cross-cut this a little bit. And coming from the angle that she's coming from is a great idea. This is going to be...
She just didn't get it very well, 116.
Well, here's the thing, and Jamie is a phenomenal player. She has the problem that most females do in Golden Tee. It's that she can't play that max drive.
Yes.
And I'll look at it too. In the St. Louis offense, I play with Jordan Scott.
Yeah.
Jordan Scott actually played in a wheelchair during the game. Now, I technically precise as all hell, but where I was hitting a 5-wood with no tee, he was hitting 10.5 drivers high tee.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have the ability to get the sauce on his swing. Now, luckily, I talked to his mom, talked to him. I got him a new glove during our qualifier. I ordered one off of Amazon and sent it to him because the glove that he had was actually making his game much worse. It was sticking and some stuff was coming off of it.
Taking a little bit off his shot.
Yes, and then also we adjusted the height of his chair because he was too low, so he was coming up on it, so his arm was rubbing against the deck the whole time. And if you're doing that, you are absolutely going to lose power. If you watch the players that play that don't remove their hand from the deck when they hit it, almost none of them can get it up to max speed.
Yeah.
So you got to find what's comfortable for you.
And that's the reason why when it comes to max speed, now Jamie's an absolute pro at putting the touch on the ball, and she's hitting the number she wants. I mean, you're a lot bigger than me, but I'm still a big enough guy. Maxing out a trackball is never a problem.
No, it shouldn't be. And
It's never a problem.
It is an issue.
So if you're playing a shot where, hey, just max out the
get in.
trackball. Oh,
That's the best shot
wow.
I've seen on that. He's actually playing really well.
So if you're just maxing out a trackball, that's easy. Just hammer it.
There was something I was going to do for, if you understand how the trackball works, it's just flywheels that go through an optic sensor, and it's basically counting the number of times the wheel goes through this, the light passes through one of these holes. So for Jordan, I was going to 3D print him out the flywheels, but have it have smaller holes. So the game is thinking that it's getting more revolutions per minute than it does, so that he could get up to max speed. The problem is, if any of us went and played on it, if we had to play with him on it, my thumb shots are maxing out speeds, and it would change everything.
It would take away his touch that he has on the other shots.
And in a way, I really love seeing more females involved. I wonder.
I'll be honest. I was trying to bet against Jamie last night with Aaron Baxley or Aaron Nelson.
Yep, she can play too.
Yeah, Jamie took her by a stroke, by 2 strokes, and Aaron told me she missed 2 putts. But what's tournament? I think it's Orlando.
Yeah, we're going to have the ladies
golden
field.
tee,
Yep.
and if we get 12. I think it's 12 is the number they need for a World's Qualifier. I think it's if there's 12 people.
Wait, no, Worlds will have already happened.
It'll be the following year.
Okay, that's awesome. Now,
I know. Oh man, what's Jason's wife's name?
Jackie.
Jackie doesn't play Golden Tee, but she said if they've got 11, Jackie's gonna sign in for 1.
Well, so I'm a big fantasy football fanatic, and so is my wife. So all the leagues that I'm commissioner of, we use Closest to the Pin on the home edition and stream it. And
absolutely,
my
I've seen
wife
it.
plays CTTP to do the draft orders.
It kind of makes me feel bad about how good she is at it.
She can thumb very well, but the problem is she'd run into the same crap that most women run into.
She's not maxing out. She's not
max it out.
She's probably looking at
she's
8.
less than Jamie.
I'm saying on this hole, she's probably looking at a driver high tee because she's not getting a 3-wood there.
And this is actually, if we want to influence more women to play the game, I don't know how we could do it to get the men to not do it as well. But maybe if, as you register a player, change the power.
That would be pretty cool. I could probably get my wife to jump in on my home edition.
If we could get, I mean, it might be something that they can register and be. I don't want necessarily ladies' tee boxes, but have a female player that is getting. You get 1.5 times the power, right? Like it reads as 1.5 times, because then it makes it that they can do everything that we can do. Now, as women go playing right now, though. I tell you what, if they do that event, Brittany Casper will beat the shit out of everybody. I played with her and her guy in Nashville quite a bit, and I'd like to do that with as many new players as I can and just give any little pointers. I tell you what, I just let her hit her damn shots. I didn't have to coach her around.
So a smaller tournament here in DFW, I played Aaron Baxley. This was a couple of years ago. I think we were playing Pembroke.
Okay.
And I'm sitting there, and it's one of the first tournaments I've ever played. And I'm just shoulder shrugging as Aaron is 1 better going into 17.
I got to feel bad for Rob, because I feel like Rob gets emasculated a lot in his game.
Yeah.
If my wife started beating me at Golden Tee, I might have to hang up the Spurs. So Sky Monkey, what I'm saying is that if you're not pulling your hand off the deck and doing a full follow through on it, you're never going to be able to max out your speed like that. There's been one person I've ever seen thumb the ball at max speed. Dean Leakakis can get it up there with a pullback and get to 142.
Those are powerful hands.
Yeah, and I mean, and it's okay. You don't have to thumb. I still remember this, and you haven't been around as long as I have with the game. But when I started coming up and started coming to tournaments and stuff, Dean L is a legend, one of the most wonderful human beings you'll meet, and he was a phenomenal Golden Tee player. He also owned a bar and had tournaments at his place too. But it came full circle because the last Worlds that we had, right?
Yeah.
2 Worlds ago, 18, the first time we were at Orleans, I ended up qualifying with Dino, and we were both not playing great. We were kind of handling in, and then Sandhill was the last course that we played, and I holed out like 3 of the first 4, and then aced another par 3, and ended up shooting a 33.
Yeah, I didn't call that course Sandhill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can be.
We're gonna keep this PG-13, so I'm not gonna use the name I had for that course, but it wasn't fun.
But it was so funny though, because I'm like, Dean, what are you doing, man? I was like, I turned right once, turn right, thumb it straight with bite. It goes right in, and he goes, you and your 85-mile-per-hour thumbs. I cannot thumb the ball less than 110. He's like, so that doesn't. I was like, all right, okay. So it's different structure, different structure, different folks. And one of the things I'd like you guys to look at too, and people laugh at me, right? Jamie's doing it too. You notice how she's offset to the left where she's standing, because the way you're going to get power on your swing is by making the shoulder your fulcrum point.
Absolutely, it's actually something that Bobby playing with me. He's trying to get me to stand off to the left just because I have, when I draw back, I have this natural drawback to make everything draw back just offset.
Okay, yep.
I draw everything back just a little bit left, and it's because my arm wants to not elbow myself in the stomach.
Yeah, and you'll see that a lot. Like, it's funny, Richard and I on a stream when we're setting up the cameras for me at my house, it's almost like we have to know, is this a par 3 event, Mouth, where you're going to be thumbing everything?
Yeah, because you're going to be standing right on top of the machine.
Or is it a drivable par 4s when we're hammering the ball because you're standing off the camera then a lot of the time? And people have laughed at me, but look at it how bowlers do. So, I mean, they're counting boards by moving left and right boards on how they're missing the pocket when they're coming in. And you're going to do that same thing. And once you do that, too, that motion becomes so much more repetitive. You're going to miss the ball less. You're going to make cleaner contact.
It's almost put your hip in alignment with, instead of being in center, put your hip in alignment with the trackball. That's kind of the tip I've used.
Absolutely.
Is to just have my hip bone be in alignment with the trackball. Now you're in the correct spot, and I don't have these left drawbacks.
Yeah, exactly. And me too. And you got an advantage, and use this stuff to your advantage. All the streams, these kind of streams, you can see everything. But the biggest advantage that you have is that you can correct those mistakes. You know that you're pulling back a little offset.
Yeah, because I have the feedback.
Now, when Kinsley, he's an all-time great. We both had just automatically assumed through playing that that chips automatically hook based on the speed that you're hitting. But when we got the shot meter, I realized, holy shit, I'm not pulling these back straight.
Yeah.
I'm a click right. Now that I see it, I can't fix it because now I've gotten so adjusted to aiming a little bit off right on all my chips to fight it back that it's even harder to do than not do anymore.
So in a different tournament, I had an opportunity. I qualified with Jeff McClellan.
Oh,
at the time, I was at about 1,900, 2,000 rounds, and he's laughing. He's like, "Yeah, I'm at about $250,000."
Yeah, I think he's the most played rounds of all time. It's him and Haas.
I mean, so he told me he's got something. He's roughly around 120, 130 on Golden Tee Live, but he's got another 100,000 on GT4.
Yeah, he was a little longer than me. I'm about 100,000 games on Golden Tee Live. But and another maybe 10,000 other than that.
Yeah. So he has like another 100,000 on GT4, but.
All right, let's see. I want to see how they approach.
I want to. Yeah.
Your approach, you're one-upping most of the people in the field. If you didn't hit that shot that we both hit,
he's looking to move it left. I don't like moving it left because if you move it left, that tree, when he looks up, that tree on the left, right there.
Yes. If
you clip the leaves right there.
I mean, if you're going to move it left, you almost have to play to hit the left edge of the tree right.
Yeah,
in front of you.
because if you move it left and you're trying to throw it out and bring it back on your cut, if you move it left, you're going to clip that tree on the left right there.
Correct.
And-
Especially if you high tee it. Which,
But
the high tee is
but
wrong
if
here.
you do that, you still are in position to get the par. If you take it to the right, you're probably in the water.
I don't know. What I see is that I think IT made a bad hire. We
Now,
got this
here we
new
go.
Sean in here. He seems to not be doing enough work compared to the rest of everybody else here. Kevin's out focusing on the people, but Sean, I mean, I don't know. He sat back there and handed me vitamin water, so I didn't get parched while I was playing. While I was doing the commentary, so that's okay.
Okay, so is he going to take it from? It looks like he's going to try and bring it. No.
No. If you're going right to left, you are hitting an absolutely wrong shot. You could not ace it right.
I mean,
to
we
left.
saw Paul Taylor take it right to left, and he's one of the best Golden Tee players you'll see.
Right, but
and he
does
went
stuff,
wet.
He does stuff to be contrary to the other players.
But he went. You
Just
know
to
what?
show that he can do
You know
something
what?
that you
I saw him on Thursday night, and he told me he was playing Titans, and I said,
that's
"You
it.
invented playing stouts,
He
and you're
did.
playing Titans. Give it a year, everyone's back to Titans because those are phenomenal ball."
The Titan ball, if you ever really want to know, the Titan ball is the most overpowered ball they've ever made.
So I was to show how long I've been playing Golden Tee. I was Grabbers, Titan,
Okay.
Stouts.
Okay, so Grabbers, I was Grabbers for years. Agave Ranch made me change from Grabbers to Barrage because that low bounce
On
even
the first hole.
On the first hole, you could not get that ball on the green with Grabbers because that first bounce would hit the slope in front of it and plug every time.
Yep.
Well, if you were a chusher, then it was a chush, but everyone else is putting.
Yeah.
Even though I hit better A1s than 99% of the world, I was never on the green. So I was like, I got to change. So I went to Barrage. Then the new courses come out, and I'm looking at this, and I see these Titans, and I'm like, wow, those numbers, that's a lot of attribute points in that ball. Where am I losing it? It's going longer than the Barrage. It gets better, it gets spin of a normal ball, and it's only a couple yards short of streaks. I was like, how is this not a perfect ball? And I text Adam Kramer, and I go, Adam, did you guys mess up? These Titan balls are kind of, he's like, I know, they're awesome.
So what's funny is actually I say I played that really for good chip. Really for a week or two, I was playing the darts. I just wanted to try the new ball.
Yep.
I want to try the new thing. And sometimes I have a tendency of getting a little bite happy on my shots,
Okay.
putting a little bit too much bite on it. And I played darts for a couple of weeks, and I can tell you right now, I've never had so many great shot points.
Okay, wait.
But I never hold anything out.
112 is the cut line after that, so that's not good. That means I did not make the cut.
Well, that's after four. What are the top 32 going to be on Pine on a 27
Where are
setup?
you getting that? Did they finish? Did they? I don't think you're. I don't know if that's actually true right now.
So you're looking it up right now.
I was gonna look. I don't know if they finished everybody. I swear I saw a couple people still going on. Well, let's look. We're pulling up PEGTtour.com.
Going to tournaments.
Yeah, we're going to go to tournaments, and we're going to go to 2021, and we're going to go to Dallas, and let's just go to Qualifier. I think it's leaderboard.
I think leaderboard's what you actually need. So I'm on leaderboard. 32nd place is Mike Arrington at 108 after 4 courses. So we're looking at a 108.
Yeah. Okay, so then I made the cut. I made the cut. If it's 108
through 4 courses, you're sitting in 28th place.
through 4.
Through 4, you're in 28th.
Okay, then I'm in because I was in the top 9 after I was in the top 9 on Pine, so I shouldn't.
Just
I can't
kinda looking
drop. I can't drop shooting at 26.
Just kind of looking at this right now, just a quick little summary.
I put down how many people are showing there.
We're past 100.
Okay, but I mean, are we? They're all done. They have to be all done.
So when with where I'm looking at this, with the way their website works, they're not going to update the leaderboard until you've got everyone done
they
through
can't.
4.
The numbers won't even show up for those courses. Then.
Yeah, so they're not going to update the leaderboard until everyone has finished 4
And
courses.
It's showing 4 courses now.
It's
though?
showing 4 courses.
Okay,
So we've got Joe Massara through 4 courses as the top qualifier at a 119. Evan Gossett, Ryan McCook, Sean Gervais, GVK, Paul Luna, Chris Wrangler,
Paul
Andy
Luna-
Haas.
Paul Luna ended up at 150. You said.
Wow, just hearing this leaderboard, you're no shockers here. Eric Nelson, Washburn, Godfrey, Art DeVry.
Where is he up on? He's
Art
in the
DeVry
mix.
was 13th.
So Art just happened. He and his wife were. I'm in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and now we had an unfortunate incident. One of the persons on my stream, we ended up he ended up coming up. We had a great time. Braves won the pennant
Here we go. Is this it right here?
Yeah, this is it.
So Mark Stenmark.
Sky Monkey. That doesn't matter. You got to look at the total because somebody could shoot a 32 on a course and a 20. That doesn't mean that they're in the cut or out of it.
Mark Stenmark shows up out of nowhere, and he's number 17 right now. My buddy Bobby coming in at 18. Another local guy everyone knows, Jared Decker at 19.
Okay, so if this ended right now, so the two numbers, you add the two numbers up. One plays 32, so they all end up to 33 in the first round. I would be playing George von Koschenber right now, and that is a lovely matchup for screwing up the quality.
That's a matchup.
No, that's a matchup. George,
that's a matchup built for the stream.
It's built for George to be embarrassed, is what it is.
That's a matchup.
George is he's a good game. He's a good player.
Right now, everyone wants to see that match on stream.
I think we're going to have some guys. There's going to be great matches throughout this. We're going to have a lot of good people on here. I know I'm going to get up here and commentate as much as I possibly can while I'm not playing, but we're going to cut away. We're going to cut away, and we're going to get ready to move on to the main bracket. So, Andy, it's been a blast having you up here, man. I'm so glad I got to meet you. You got a good crew down here, man. These Texas guys really know how to do it. Bobby Boucher, Katie, I love them both.
Yeah, Shane Marks, fantastic job right here. Seth Harris, unfortunately, not really unfortunately. His wife had a baby about 3 weeks ago, so he was a big part in putting this together, and he can't even be here.
And I feel bad, too, because when they did the first thing when we were under the pandemic, they had that tournament down here.
Yeah.
And last second, I had to back out.
I was in that tournament. I think we got GVK up for one. We got Stenmark up.
Yep. You guys do some good stuff out
There's some good Texas Golden Tee players. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out there, being a local guy from Texas. I bet the number one state when it comes to qualifying for Golden Tee, you're going to have Texas represented the most.
Texas is the most. Minnesota probably second.
We might not be the best. Well,
right now
we got Luna. We got
then you got St. Louis in there too.
Yeah. If Minnesota's going to represent.
If Luna was still in St. Louis, that would be the toughest place to play.
Yeah.
And actually, if Stenmark was still in Missouri and Kansas City, that would be the state. They can't top that.
So now we've just got Houston, DFW.
You got to split the Texas up to Houston and Dallas. It's got to be by cities. Now I know that Cedar Rapids is a hotbed of Golden Tee. It's me, Jeremiah, and Chad Fisher. We will be not competitive with everyone, but they're both going to probably make world championships. Daniel, I haven't seen what Corey has done quite yet. But guys, what we're going to do is we're going to take about an hour-long break. We got to eat. We're going to get these scores wrapped up. We're looking at about 8 p.m. Central to restart the stream. It might be a little bit after, a little begin. It's guys, remember, it's touch and go with this many people here. We're keeping it up as much as possible.
We're at 7:20, and we've had 202 players play a 5-round qualifier.
And we didn't start until 1. So we just knocked out 202 players in 6 hours.
We just played 1,000 rounds in 6 hours.
Guys, it's great.
200 guys playing 5 rounds is 1,000 right there.
And really, this couldn't have happened without you guys getting this set up. This location's been perfect for a first time at a location. I gotta say, I'm actually impressed that when I realized there's only 2 single bathrooms here, I was like, oh my God, this is terrible. No, there's 10 porta potties they brought in outside.
Yeah.
I know it sounds low rent to have porta potties, but this place is like a little warehouse. It's like a little warehouse. The wait staff has been fantastic.
And honestly, we've got 39 machines.
Yeah, 39 machines.
It's because that's how many machines they could get, not because that's how much room we had.
No, I think we could have probably
to 50,
fit more.
60, no problem.
No problem. Wouldn't have been bad.
You might have had to take the gaming machines out. I might have actually had to pay my bar tab last night, not just win it.
But it just impressive work nonetheless. The bar added a good amount for a first-time event. A lot of times it's hard to get a bar to start ponying up 100 a person. This place next year, they're probably going to beg to have us back because I guarantee you they've already made their nut.
We got 11,000. They had all of the warning possible, and I went out to go, use one of those porta potties out back earlier, and there was a beer truck delivering beer because they were already starting to run out.
I mean, even the food truck outside ran at like 10 o'clock when we were leaving, ran to the store to go get more steak and chicken.
And he's running to the store to go get more food tomorrow.
So, this isn't the normal place, no bar food, Why you haven't had to leave? It's nice when you can bring in food
If
from
you
outside to
haven't
bring it here.
and if you hit the food truck up,
It's not bad. It was solid.
Ooh.
It was very solid.
Yeah.
So, okay, so with that, we're going to sign off for now. We're going to go with 8 p.m. We'll try to get started back up. We're going to get
Roughly,
some
might
good
be a little
matches
bit later.
going. But, yeah, it's going to be right around then. But keep an eye on the PGT Tour site. I think GoldenTee.com will probably also put up something talking about the qualifiers and how it went.
if you go to the PEGTour.com,
PGTtour.com. There's a
Peg
double
it.
T.
there's 2 T's.
All right, but we're signing off now. Got Mark the Mouth Peklovich. We got Andy. And what's your
Adam
last?
Fennelly.
It's well. Sorry, I forgot. But hey, he killed it. I should know his name. He's killing it commentating for you guys, so that's good. We're having a good time. We'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, so we're signing off.